From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2019. Israel's 22nd Knesset will be sworn in tomorrow, Thursday, even though with unity talks deadlocked, who will lead Israel's parliament is still unknown. In an apparent attempt to break the deadlock, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke today with Yisrael Beitenu chair Avigdor Lieberman, and the two agreed to meet tomorrow morning at Netanyahu's office, reportedly to discuss Lieberman's proposal for a unity government. Lieberman had said that if Netanyahu's Likud and Benny Gantz's Blue and White fail to reach any agreement by Tuesday evening, his party will weigh in, telling colleagues today if by Yom Kippur there is no breakthrough, Yisrael Beitenu will present its own offer to the two factions. Netanyahu said about the Lieberman proposal, there's no point in wasting the country's time. We'll meet, we'll see if it's serious or not, and then we'll make a decision. Netanyahu met this morning to reaffirm the bloc that he formed right after Israel's elections with right-wing Yamina and religious parties Shas and United Torah Judaism, vowing that he would not break that bloc and blaming the failure to reach a unity agreement on Blue and White, who refused to sit in a government with the religious parties. Now, with the swearing in of the Knesset tomorrow, Likud and Blue and White were able to come to some understanding regarding interim Knesset committee appointments. Channel 12 reported that Likud's Miki Zohar will lead the House Committee, and Blue and White will lead the Foreign Affairs, and Defense Committee will be led by former IDF Chief of Staff Gabi Ashkenazi. Moshe Gafni of United Torah Judaism will continue his chairmanship of the Finance Committee. And the pre-indictment hearing for the charges facing Netanyahu began this morning. Netanyahu's lawyers said going in that they believe those charges in the corruption cases against the prime minister will be reconsidered and ultimately dropped, maintaining that Netanyahu's conduct in the cases was within the boundaries of the law. Hearings will continue tomorrow and next week as well, up until the eve of Yom Kippur, to determine whether the prime minister will be indicted or not. Well, in a historic first, the Embassy of Saudi Arabia in Washington sent out greetings for Rosh Hashanah. A note card sent from Saudi ambassador to the U.S., Raima Bandar Al Saud, extends her wishes for a happy and sweet New Year, Shana Tova. NBC News reported this was the first time the embassy had sent such a message to the American Jewish community. While Israel does not have formal diplomatic ties with Saudi Arabia, relations between the two seem to be warming. Last week, Israel's foreign ministry tweeted congratulations to the Gulf Kingdom on its National Day. Jewish Democratic presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders had heart surgery today. His campaign said the 78-year-old experienced chest discomfort at an event yesterday and sought medical attention. He underwent a heart procedure for a blocked artery and was canceling events and appearances until further notice. The procedure was successful and Sanders was said to be doing well. Police in Poland are investigating vandalism on the wall of the former Krakow ghetto. Vandals painted a swastika and hateful threats against Jews on a fragment of the wall yesterday, which was quickly painted over. The Krakow ghetto was one of 5 created by the Nazis when they invaded Poland for Poland's Jews, most of whom were sent from the ghettos to their deaths in the concentration camps. The 4-year time limit for descendants of Sephardic Jews who were driven out of Spain during the Inquisition to apply for citizenship in the country has ended. In October of 2015, the Spanish Parliament passed a law to address what they called a historic mistake, namely the decree in 1492 by King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella that the Jews of Spain either convert to Catholicism or be burned at the stake or be expelled. Under the recent law, those able to prove their Jewish heritage and connection to Spain could apply for citizenship until October of this year. Well, 130,000 people did just that. Most of the applicants are from Latin American countries, with a smaller amount also from Argentina and from Israel. The Broward County Commission in southeastern Florida unanimously passed a resolution against BDS. the boycott, divestment, and sanctions campaign against Israel. The Sun Sentinel reported the resolution opposes the BDS movement targeting Israel, including all efforts to delegitimize the State of Israel and efforts to target United States companies that are engaged in legal commercial activities. It also calls on Israelis and Palestinians to return to the negotiating table. The Florida state legislature passed an anti-BDS bill in 2016. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, October the 2nd at 7 o'clock, author and Holocaust survivor Moshe Avital shares his story of survival. At 8, Rabbi Eli Comfort looks at prayer and technology. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with 3 rabbis to discuss the Jewish understanding of God just ahead of Yom Kippur, with Chaim Steinmetz, Lauren Gerbel-Herman, and Marcelo Cormis. At 10:30, Israeli filmmaker Danny Menken is featured on New Jewish Cinema. And coming up right after this newscast, it's Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.